Thank you, Lord Mayor. I stand to second the amendment to the Labour motion in my name and that of Councillor Jack. And before I begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to convey my deepest condolences to all those who have suffered baby loss. The loss of a baby, whether through miscarriage, stillbirth, neonatal death, or termination for medical reasons, is devastating. As someone who has walked this painful path, I know how deeply it affects parents mentally and emotionally. Bereaved families deserve so much better. My hope is that this motion reflects on these suggestions, building a positive cross-party effort to create a compassionate maternity bereavement service for all families. It's right, therefore, that we try to provide comfort and support at such a difficult time, and to that I give support to this motion. Lord Mayor, in 2018, I gave birth to my son at 28 weeks at Birmingham Women's Hospital. Within 12 hours, he had passed away. I returned to a ward filled with mothers holding their healthy, crying babies. The joy of others only amplified my pain. Families deserve better than to grieve in public wards. Even today, hospitals lack private spaces and compassionate care for bereaved families. Facilities remain cold and clinically unsuitable for processing life-changing grief. We must prioritise private, respectful spaces, tailored support for grieving families. The recent opening of Woodland House at Birmingham Women's Hospital is a step in the right direction. This was funded by a charity appeal to offer families a safe haven to grieve away from the busy maternity wards. Every hospital, every maternity unit, and every neonatal department must have similar spaces. Funding must be allocated to ensure no family has to receive devastating news or grieve in a public area. This council must recognise the recovery journey and support for families begins at the hospital, offering personalised support, which then should follow through the registry office. We in this council will not be able to prevent stillbirth. It is not in our remit as a council or our gift as human beings. However, we must ensure the very best service is available, and any feedback or complaints can and should be treated with reverence, learning lessons wherever possible on how to make this painful process as smooth as possible, highlighting the importance of mandatory bereavement care training for all clinical and non-clinical staff in areas where baby loss occurs. We must also recognise the critical work of charities like SANS, Acorns, as well as volunteers, chaplains and faith representatives who become lifelines for grieving families. It is crucial a listening ear, a responsiveness to feedback, and a culture of accountability and transparency is needed. In recent days, we heard of a local charity that helped over 250 families per month. The devastating news of money mismanagement, mystery bills unpaid, support for vulnerable families terminated, and at the heart of that, a councillor, indeed a cabinet member, who refuses to answer questions, to respond to emails. The finances of this little charity seem murky at best. The person responsible for this account is one of the 10 people responsible for governing this city. It's a tough job, that's no doubt about that, but the residents of Birmingham should have transparency and honesty. These are the shifts that this council needs to take in order to improve, but they are not the traits being demonstrated by Birmingham Labour right now. And again, I know that with my petty experience. Thank you.
Call upon Councillor Deirdre.